Hello and welcome to the 2022 Valentine's Bash. I'm your host, legendary Alex Cardinale. Love is in the air this weekend. That's because it's Valentine's weekend. Valentine's Day happens to fall on a Monday this year, but many people are celebrating Valentine's Day this weekend as well as Monday night. I would like to start today's video by wishing everybody a happy Valentine's weekend. Whether you are married or divorced, or if you're single like me, I hope you have a phenomenal Valentine weekend. Well, unfortunately for me, I am working all weekend, but I'm still going to have a fantastic Valentine's weekend. Welcome to the first holiday bash of the new year. I hope that the inaugural Valentine's bash today will be a memorable one and a awesome one. So, we're going to celebrate Valentine's Day a couple days early as we celebrate it on Saturday night, but that's okay. We're going to have a blast celebrating Valentine's Day. So I'm legendary Alex Cardinale hosting this bash, but there's also going to be an appearance by Chef Alex Cardinale, who is going to give us two delicious recipes, including a delicious red velvet waffle recipe that features a cream cheese icing. And then he's also going to give us a chocolate lava cake recipe that is absolutely delicious. There's also going to be an appearance by Aqua Alex Cardinale, and Aqua Alex is going to discuss tropical fish that represent Valentine's Day. And he's also going to talk about how to get your spouses, your loved ones, like your boyfriends, your girlfriends, or your husbands or wives into the aquarium hobby. Because I know that for some guys, their wives hate the aquarium hobby. And I'm going to try to get some of those wives into the aquarium hobby on today's show. On top of that, legendary Alex Cardinale, have some awesome topics that I'm going to talk about for today's show. So before I get started, I want to thank everybody for tuning into the Valentine's 2022 Bash. Whether you're watching this video live or you're catching the replay of it, I appreciate your view. And since Valentine's is all about love, I love all my viewers, so thank you very much. If you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. And if you're new to my channel, definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Legendary Alex Cardinale. With that being said, let's get started. So I'm curious, as always, what are you guys doing for Valentine's Day? Let me know in the comments. I want to know what you guys are doing for Valentine's Day. And do you have any questions for me? I'll answer any of your questions. Simply post them in the comments and I will answer your questions. So let's start by having me discuss what I am doing personally for Valentine's Day. So to start Valentine's Day, I am going to be working lunch and dinner shift. As you guys know, I am a host currently at Texas Roadhouse. So that means I'm going to be working in the front of the house of Texas Roadhouse. I'll be helping seat guests and doing all the stuff that hosts do at Texas Roadhouse. And as you guys know, Valentine's Day is one of the busiest times of the year for restaurants. So I'm going to be busting my ass once again, making sure each guest gets seated and they have everything that they need. So I'll probably be working till about 8 or 9 on Valentine's Day. And then I'm simply going to come home and watch Monday Night Raw and have dinner and have a couple of candy bars and relax. So that's what I'm going to do for my Valentine's Day. I haven't decided what I'm going to have for dinner that day. I know that a lot of people like to have special things for Valentine's Day, but because I'm single and I've got no one to celebrate it with, I'm just going to treat it like a normal other day, and I'll probably have a steak or something. But we shall see. Hopefully, my Valentine's Day is good because the last couple of days have been really hectic for me, and I could definitely use a good Valentine's Day. So that's what I'm going to do for Valentine's Day. I'm sure my mom is going to make me happy and give me some candy like Twix. I certainly love Twix and Reese's and all that good stuff. So now I'll wait for you to tell me what your guys are going to be doing for Valentine's Day. With that being said, let's get to my first topic. And one of my listeners, or excuse me, not listeners, one of my viewers, when I told him I was doing a Valentine's bash, he asked me a question and he suggested this would be a good topic for my Valentine's bash. And he said to me, currently, Alex, what does Valentine's Day mean to you? Well, I'm going to answer it right now. So, what does Valentine's Day mean to Alex Cardinale currently? Well, as of 2022 and as of today, I am officially still single. I haven't had a relationship in quite a long time. So my definition of Valentine's Day is going to be a lot different compared to other 28-year-olds who are married or in long-lasting relationships. But for me personally, Valentine's Day is just a normal day of the week. I mean, it really is nothing special for me. I don't have a person to show gratitude towards, a person to show loving towards, or a person to have sex with yet. So there really is no reason for me to feel special about Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day for me currently is just a day where I get to show my love for my family, my immediate family, and my personal friends. So I will go buy some candy for them and show them that I appreciate having them in my lives, and I will give them candies or I'll bake something for them to show them that I appreciate them. Because Valentine's Day does not just have to be about your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your husband or your wife. Love can be shown to other people like family members and personal friends. Because if you did not have personal friends supporting you, then you might not be as big of a success that you think you are. So it's always important to show gratitude towards your family and your friends. So my love for Valentine's currently goes to everybody that supports me and puts up with me, and that would be my family and my personal friends that I lean to for advice, and I lean to them when I need to rant and rave, and they listen, and I really appreciate that. So I'll give them some candy to say, hey, I appreciate you. I love what you do for me. Thank you very much. So that is what Valentine's Day means to me. Now, when I get into a relationship, I'll probably have a whole new meaning for Valentine's Day. When I was a kid, I used to love Valentine's Day for the Valentine's Day cards and having girlfriends in school and stuff. But now it's a lot different when you're single and older. But I'm sure once I get into a relationship and have someone to love, then it'll be a much better experience for me personally. However, I feel that Valentine's is kind of overrated. You certainly should not have to show love on one day of the week. You should be showing it every single day of the week, 365 days a year. I think Valentine's Day is just a day that restaurants and big box stores use to make glorified sales. if you look at it, restaurants are really busy on Valentine's because they promote the heck out of romantic dinners and it gets people in the doors and it does well. So Valentine's Day to me is just a money grab for these big box stores and restaurants. But not that there's anything wrong with that. We are in America after all. All right, so moving on down to my next topic. Now, this one is a little bit uncomfortable for me. I'm usually not one to share intimate details about my personal life with people that I really don't know. But you know what? I'm legendary Alex Cardinale, and on my YouTube channel, I am an open book. So there's not going to be anything that is hidden. I will tell you everything. So, right now, I want to talk about my ideal soulmate. What do I look for in a person if I'm going on a date, or ideally, if I'm going to be in a relationship with that person? Well, one of the traits that I'll look for in my ideal soulmate is that this person is reliable. I could rely on this person to financially take care of themselves. And I'm not saying that I will not be able to help them when they're in need or I won't give them a couple of dollars. What I'm saying is they're going to need to be able to afford their own bills while I will be able to afford my own bills and pay my own way. So, in other words, what I'm saying is my ideal soulmate will be able to take care of their own stuff. I'll take care of my own stuff. And if we do well together, we move in and get married, etc., then we'll worry about combining our responsibilities. The next thing about my ideal soulmate is honesty. I'm very big about honesty. If you're going to lie to me, that's a deal breaker. I'll cut you off. So just be your true self with me. Tell me what you like, what you don't like, and I will respect you for that. I don't like liars. That's one thing that I can't stand. You also have to be trustworthy. I have to trust you so that I can love you even more. And when I trust you, you'll never lose my trust or my loyalty. I also look for loyalty as well. Loyalty is very important with me. I know people say that looks are everything. However, I'm not particularly interested in looks as much as other people are. Of course, I still want someone sexy to date and someone sexy to love, but if the person has a sexy personality, that is a huge win for me as well. I want to date someone that has personality that will make me laugh and I'll have a great time with that individual and it'll bring the best out of me. I'm looking for somebody that will bring the shyness out of me and make me a whole different person. And hopefully one day that person will come. So those are some of the criteria that I would describe for my ideal soulmate. So I can't really think of anything else. I'm not really a picky person. Once I get to know somebody and I start liking them, then I bond with them quickly and we become awesome friends. All right. So my next topic is going to be on fun Valentine's Day activities. And no, I'm not talking about going straight to the bedroom and having sex. I'm talking about things that are pre-leading to that. So let's talk about fun Valentine's Day activities. Now, I did a Google research, and these are some of the things that was mentioned that couples like to do on Valentine's Day. The first thing is kind of surprising. It's watch a romantic movie and have some treats. So romantic movies have me has me thinking, What ideally makes a movie romantic? What is a romantic movie? Are we talking about Romeo and Juliet? Are we talking about Titanic? I have to admit, even as a 28-year-old male, I love Titanic. Titanic is one of my all time favorite movies. I can't think of any other romantic movies that would be perfect for Valentine's. Oh, 50 Shades of Grey. My mom goes crazy for that movie. She loves 50 Shades of Grey. So if you are a couple, maybe 50 Shades of Grey would be perfect for you on Valentine's Day, but I think Titanic would be as well. And some treats could be like chocolates. Chocolates are ideal for Valentine's Day. Everybody loves chocolate, and I know that for a fact because they sell a lot of chocolate on Valentine's Day. So I'm assuming the reason that romantic movies and treats are so popular is because it helps set the mood. And when it helps set the mood, that means it sets up Netflix and chill. Netflix and chill, we all know what that is key for. So let's move on. All right. So the next fun Valentine's Day activity is making some Valentine's treats. And that means baking. A lot of people love baking on Valentine's Day, and I do as well. I used to love making Valentine's Day cupcakes, Valentine's Day cookies, red velvet cake, etc. But unfortunately for me this year, I'll be stuck at work and I won't be able to bake. But I'm sure my mom will make some Valentine's cupcakes and all that good stuff. So that's going to be very exciting as well. And yes, nothing gets you in the loving mood than a delicious cupcake. Trust me. All right. The next fun Valentine's Day activity, ironically, is writing poems, writing love poems for your loved one. Now, I think it's kind of goofy to write a love poem, but that's what I found on Google. Um, Roses are red, violets are blue, I love you, stuff like that. But they say if you spend time writing poems that you really do love somebody. So, hey, if you really love that person, then write a poem. Those are some fun Valentine's Day activities. Switching gears now. Now we're going to talk about a topic that I really know about Valentine's Day. And unfortunately for me, over the last couple of years, I go home from work thinking, I made it through another Valentine's Day. I can't stand these guests. I can't stand these customers. People are really hard to please on Valentine's Day. And that's because Valentine's Day is the most busiest day of the year for restaurants, whether it's Texas Roadhouse or Ruth Chris Steakhouse or Prime 112, a fancy restaurant in Miami Beach. Any restaurant is going to be slaughtered on Valentine's Day because people love going out to eat for that romantic dinner and a date and spending time with each other. However, sometimes it could be really stressful going out to eat on Valentine's Day because oftentimes most restaurants are going to be booked to the max where they're going to have to turn away guests. They're going to be like, sorry, we have way too many reservations. We're not able to accommodate you. Try another day. And then your Valentine's Day can be ruined. But I have a couple of tips for you to ensure that you have a successful out to eat experience on Valentine's Day. My first tip for going out to eat on Valentine's Day is have patience. Do not be like Karen, who is 60 years old, comes into a restaurant without a reservation on the busiest day of the year and causes a scene because she's told she's got to wait an hour or so. That is just plain rude. If you want to go out to eat on Valentine's Day, you need patience. You're going to need to know that these restaurants and the employees are going to be working extra hard to please you. Now, there's not that many times where I could actually look at people and say, if it wasn't for me, your ass would not be eating. Because if it wasn't for host, we would not be sitting you at the tables to eat. So especially on Valentine's Day, I don't want to hear people complaining about the wait because Valentine's Day is the busiest day of the year. And I've experienced that from the front of the house working as a host and as a server. And I've experienced that in the back of the house as an expo and line cook. And I understand how guests can feel about a wait, but it is what it is. So my first tip is be patient. You may have a really long wait, and you may have to go to different restaurants until you're finally sat and you've got service and you've got your food. But that is something that is kind of fun about Valentine's Day. So you get to learn a lot about all the restaurants in your area. If one is busy, then you know that's a good restaurant. If the next is busy, you know that's a good restaurant. Eventually, you will find something that is suitable for you. My next bit of advice for going out to eat on Valentine's Day is that during lunch, it's a little bit slower because most people are working or in school. So, if you are free at that time zone, then I recommend going out for lunch on Valentine's Day and enjoying yourself. Or you could go on a Valentine's Day brunch, etc. Now, if Monday you guys know you guys are going to be working and going out to eat and you don't have time to wait, then I recommend going out to eat on Sunday, the day before Valentine's Day or the day after Valentine's Day. So that's very important. So some of the tips that I found online kind of go side by side with what I just mentioned. But since it's Saturday, February 12th, it's a little bit too late to make your reservation for most places now, except for restaurants like Texas Roadhouse, Olive Garden, Outback, all the chain restaurants that have call ahead seating, then you can make reservations with them. Um, Except that Texas Roadhouse, we don't call them reservations because we really don't reserve the table for you. We just put you on the wait list, and the next available table that comes is where you guys get sat. So, but call ahead seating is just like a reservation. So, if you're going to go out to eat on Valentine's Day, make sure you make reservations in advance, like from today, tomorrow, etc. Also, expect a crowd. Even with COVID, people are still going to go out to eat on Valentine's Day. I remember last year I was working and people were causing a scene because there was a lot of people being seated and they didn't want to be sat next to other people. But guess what? Valentine's Day is a moneymaker. Expect a crowd when you're going out to eat. Expect a special or different menu for Valentine's Day. Some restaurants are going to offer one day only Valentine's Day menus. So your favorite restaurant might change their menu for Valentine's Day as they would for Easter, Thanksgiving, and other holidays as well. And their prices may be a little bit more expensive than normal. And like I said, higher prices may be inevitable. So if you're trying to go out to eat on a budget, stick with restaurants like Texas Roadhouse and the chains and avoid the fine dining places because 9 times out of 10, the fine dining places are going to jack their prices up on holidays so that they get more money from you and that you'll pay the servers more. Your waiter may be elusive, and this is not their fault, and it's not done on purpose. So don't take offense if your waiter only comes by every 10 to 15 minutes or so to take your drink orders, take your orders, deliver your food, etc. Because remember, Valentine's Day is the busiest time of the year. So they're going to have to rotate between three, four, sometimes five other tables because there's a lot of people that want to get into that restaurant and they're going to try to get butts in those seats as quick as possible. So your waiter is not going to be exclusive to you. They're going to have to work with three or four other tables. And depending on the party size, it could be a party of 2 to 10. So keep that in mind and be very patient with your server and work with them, not against them. Don't make their life hectic on Valentine's Day. And for the love of God, tip your server on Valentine's Day. I cannot imagine if I was a server on Valentine's Day and I served you and your bill came to like $100 and you paid the $100 and then it give me a tip, I probably would never tip. I would never serve you again. So keep that in mind if you're going to be going out to eat on Valentine's Day. Think about how hard the servers work. They get paid crap. Trust me, I've been a server before, and they rely on your tips. So keep that in mind. And last but not least, want to be polite? Don't linger. Once you finish your food and you paid your check, leave. That's the polite thing to do. I work in the front of the house of a restaurant, and when I see that some of the timers that people have been seating reads an hour and 59 minutes, sometimes even 2 hours and 59 minutes, I feel like going up to that table and saying, "You overstayed your welcome." But I can't because I'm not a manager, and I most likely would get fired. I think it is incredibly rude to the server that you do that to them because they could easily serve another party and make more money. So if you can help it, don't linger. Leave as soon as you finish so that that server can serve another table. And those are my tips for going out to eat on Valentine's Day. I know a little bit harsh, but it's the truth, and I always keep it real with you. That's why I have a series called Keeping It Real with Alex Cardinale. All right, now let's talk about restaurants I recommend on Valentine's Day. So let's say you're on a budget. If you're on a budget on Valentine's Day, stay away from the fine dining restaurants because they're going to break your bank and take all your money. The fine dining places, I'm talking like the places you're going to dress up for, they have um, a set rule where they charge more on holidays because they got to bring in more staff, and that means they're going to take out all the staffing prices on their guests. So there's probably going to be charges for large parties at a fancy restaurant. So if you have a party more than four, they're going to charge you for that. There's probably going to be a la carte pricing. They're probably going to charge you for the entree and the sides, let alone the appetizer, dessert, and beverage. So if you don't want to spend a lot of money, then go to places that you know aren't going to break your bank. You can still have a great dining experience at some of the more casual places. One of the places I recommend is Carrabba's. If you want Italian food and you want something a little bit more upscale than Olive Garden, Carrabba's is the place to be. I love Carrabba's. There's also Bertucci's for everyone living in New England. That's another Italian restaurant chain that is awesome. I mean, Olive Garden is great. I'm not going to knock on Olive Garden. I've eaten there many times. As an Italian American, I love their breadsticks. So that's a good choice to go to on Valentine's Day as well. If you want steak, then you can go to Texas Roadhouse. We have good steak. Our prime rib is pretty good. Our ribeye is pretty good. Our filet is pretty good. Outback Steakhouse is great. Even though I work at Texas Roadhouse, I love Outback Steakhouse. I also love Longhorn Steakhouse. If you want to have a memorable Valentine's Day and you don't mind spending the money, Ruth Chris Steakhouse is worth the money. New York Yankee Steakhouse in Orlando is also worth the money. What else is out there? Um, let's see. I think I hit all the steakhouses. What's Cheesecake Factory? That is the perfect restaurant on Valentine's Day because you get appetizer, you get beverage, you get an entree, and then the best dessert, a delicious cheesecake. And for me, that would be the red velvet cheesecake. So the Cheesecake Factory. So those are some of the restaurants that I recommend on Valentine's Day. So a few seconds ago, I talked about red velvet. Well, it's time for Chef Alex to give you his first recipe of the evening. And right now, that first recipe of the evening is red velvet waffles with cream cheese icing. So, if you want to make a Valentine's brunch Monday morning, here is the recipe for you. Now, I did not have time this year to film this video. I could not film a baking video this year because I was stuck at work, unfortunately. But here is the recipe that I use. It is absolutely delicious. Now, these red velvet waffles are very simple to make. All it takes is a couple of ingredients, and the basic ingredient is a red velvet cake mix. So, red velvet waffles, one red velvet cake mix, 3 eggs, 1 cup of milk, and a half cup of oil. Plug in and preheat your waffle iron. Add the eggs, cake mix, milk, and oil to the bowl of a stand mixer and beat on medium for 30 seconds, then high for 1 minute until combined. Spray your hot waffle iron with nonstick cooking spray and measure the cake mix waffle batter for your waffle maker. When your waffle iron has indicated that it has finished cooking, carefully remove the waffle. Now, if you're making a bunch of waffles and you will not be serving the waffles immediately, you can place them on a cookie sheet in an oven preheated to 200 degrees Fahrenheit until ready to serve, and that will help keep your waffles nice and hot as well as fresh. Now, if you want to make crispier waffles, then all you've got to do is add 1 extra egg and a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, and that will make crispy waffles. I guarantee it. Now, for the cream cheese icing, it's really simple. 8 ounces of cream cheese, softened, 4 ounces of room temperature salted butter, and a cup of powdered sugar, and about 2 tablespoons of milk. Combine all that ingredients with a stand mixer, and you've got your cream cheese glaze. Serve the red velvet waffles with the cream cheese glaze, whipped cream, and some fresh strawberries, and you've got a perfect Valentine's Day breakfast. How awesome is that, ladies and gentlemen? All right, moving along. So let's say, unfortunately, you're broke and you cannot go out to eat for Valentine's Day. No big deal. You can still have a wonderful dinner at home. So here are my tips for having Valentine's dinner at home. Make something that you and your spouse love. Make something that the person you are in a relationship love. So it could be a pasta dish that you like. It could be a particular cut of protein that you like, whether it's steak, pork, chicken, or seafood, make that particular dish. And also make their favorite side dishes, whether it's spinach, potatoes, mac and cheese, etc. Make their favorite dessert. Nothing shows that you love someone more than spending quality time in the kitchen preparing their food with love. The best way to a woman's stomach or a man's stomach is with homemade food. Trust me, I would love if a guy cooked food for me because that would be awesome. It would be a great treat. So, those are my tips for having a Valentine's Day dinner at home. Now, if you can go to the grocery store and buy some items, then I would consider having a steak dinner at home. It could be a original sirloin. It could be a ribeye. It could be a New York strip. It could be a T-bone steak. Uh, Oftentimes around Valentine's Day, grocery stores will put steaks on sale. So now is the time to buy them. Lobster will also go on sale around this time of year, and you can have a good lobster and steak dinner as well as some of those other sides. So those are my tips for having Valentine's Day dinner at home. All right. So now I know I've got a couple of fish keepers who have been waiting for my fish keeping topics. Now I'm going to bring on Aqua Alex Cardinale, and he's going to tell you how your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, or your husband can support your hobby and how they can possibly get into the aquarium hobby themselves. Now, I know from personal experience that my mom hates the aquarium hobby because my dad drove her crazy with it. Every paycheck my dad got when I was growing up, he would go to the fish store and buy all different types of aquarium equipment, aquariums, and tropical fish, and it drove my mom insane. So I probably could never convince her to become an aquarium hobbyist or even get her to buy a fish. I would never be able to buy a personal fish for her. However, now she seems to not care so much about the aquarium hobby. She does not dislike it as much anymore. She'll bring us to the fish store and stuff. So she's probably gotten over it. But she definitely does not want her own aquarium, probably because she does not want to take care of it. But I would do that for her because I'm a man and I take care of stuff for women. But one of the best ways to convince someone you love to join the aquarium hobby is to tell them that it is very relaxing because it is true. The aquarium hobby is really relaxing when you think about it. If you've had a stressful day from work, you can come home, sit down on your sofa next to your aquarium, look at your fish, observe your fish, feed them their favorite fish food, and watch them eat. And you're taking care of them. And they're growing to decent sizes. They're showing off superb colorations and they're looking stunning. It is really rewarding to be an aquarium hobbyist. I think tropical fish are a very rewarding pet, and they are one of the best pets that you can have as a pet keeper. So, if you talk to your loved ones and say, hey, I want you to support my aquarium hobby because it's very rewarding, maybe they will listen. And also, teamwork is important when it comes to aquariums. You guys can help with water changes and feeding and watching the fish grow. Um, I think it's amazing that the fish hobby has grown so much. A lot of kids are entering it now, but let's try to get our spouses involved and people that we love in the aquarium hobby. Nowadays, a lot of people are supporting the aquarium hobby, which is great. So I forgot what I was going to say after I talked about watching the fish eat. Um, you can form bonds with some fish. I know that women, for example, love goldfish and koi. They love the parrotfish, like the parrot cichlids, the blood parrots, and the live bearers and such. So we've got someone that's watching this video live. My friend Ricky DeHejos says, "Good evening. Hi, Ricky. How you doing, my friend? Thank you so much for um, tuning into the video. I hope you're having a great weekend." He says, "Long time listener, first time caller." I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Ricky. I hope you enjoy my content, and I hope you have a phenomenal Valentine's weekend. I really appreciate your view and everything you do for me. It means a lot to me. So thank you very much for that. So one thing I forgot to show you guys was a picture of the red velvet waffles that I just gave out a couple of minutes ago. That is a picture of what the red velvet waffles will look like. And like I said, you could use the cream cheese glaze, the whipped cream, and a strawberry. But pictured here is a raspberry. You could also use a raspberry as well if you prefer that over a strawberry. All right. So now we're going to get to my second recipe, which is a classic Valentine's Day recipe. It's a dessert you're going to see a lot in restaurants, and that is the chocolate lava cake. That is this dessert. The chocolate lava cake is delicious. It has a cake-like consistency, but it also has like a pudding consistency in the center. And when it's paired with vanilla ice cream, it's almost like a hot fudge cake sundae. It is really good. And now I'm going to tell you how to make this homemade. It is really simple. It does not require a whole lot of ingredients. So the chocolate lava cake, first, you're going to make a ganache. Now, you could do a regular chocolate ganache using milk chocolate, but my personal favorite is white chocolate. I like a chocolate cake with white chocolate oozing out of it. I just like white chocolate for some reason. But if you don't like white chocolate, you could use regular chocolate. So for the ganache, you're going to need 1 cup of heavy whipping cream and 2 cups of either semi-sweet, milk, dark, or white chocolate chips. And here's how simple the lava cake is. For the cake, you're going to need a box of Devil's Food Cake. So a Devil's Food Cake mix. You're going to need 1 box of chocolate instant pudding. You're going to need 1 1/4 cup of buttermilk at room temperature, a ½ cup of melted butter, and 3 large eggs. To make the ganache, you're going to heat the heavy cream in the microwave until slightly steaming but not simmering, about 90 seconds. You're going to pour that over the chocolate chips and you're going to stir until melted. Then you're going to let your ganache cool. You're going to cover it and refrigerate it overnight or until it is firm. It should still be scoopable. Keep the ganache in the fridge until right when you're ready to use it. And the reason we want to keep it cold is because we are going to be using that ganache as the lava in our cakes, and you guys want it to melt as it bakes. So let's keep it as cold as possible until we're ready to use it. To make the lava cake, all you need to do is preheat your oven to 350, and you're going to grease 2 nonstick muffin tins with cooking spray. Yes, that's right. This is how easy this recipe is. You don't need ramekins. We're going to be using muffin tins. In a large bowl, beat together the cake mix, instant pudding, buttermilk, butter, and eggs. Evenly scoop the batter into the prepared pans, about 3 tablespoons or a big cookie scoop's worth, and that should fill half the muffin tin. Place 1 level tablespoon of ganache into the center of the batter and gently press down. It's okay if the ganache isn't fully submerged. One pan at a time. Bake 15 to 20 minutes in the preheated oven. About 18 minutes is usually what I do. The center will still be gooey, but an inserted toothpick in the edge of the cake will come out mostly clean. Let the cakes cool for 5 minutes in the pan and then run a knife along the sides of the cakes. Place a baking sheet on top of the muffin pan and flip them. The cake should pop out. Serve with powdered sugar, ice cream, whipped cream, hot fudge, etc. and enjoy. Like I said, it goes delicious with ice cream to serve up that delicious pudding mixture that comes from the chocolate lava cake, which is great. All right. So we've got one final aquarium topic from Aqua Alex that we're going to talk about right now, and that is aquarium fish that represent Valentine's Day. And I've been in the aquarium hobby since I was 12 years old, so I had to think a little bit about this one, but I've come up with a couple of species that are perfect for Valentine's Day. And the first one is called the pink kissing gourami. Now, the pink kissing gourami gets this name because of the way it puckers its lips when it eats and also when it fights other pink kissing gouramis. The pink kissing gourami grows to be about 8 inches, and it is one of my personal favorite of the gourami species. It grows pretty large, about 8 inches, but it can live with medium-sized tetras and barbs and danios. And it's a really hardy fish, meaning it's really easy to take care of in the aquarium hobby. And I think you guys are going to love the pink kissing gourami. The next fish is the pink-spotted watchman goby. Now, this fish shares a symbiotic relationship with a shrimp that is called the pistol shrimp. So the shrimp gobies, they share a symbiotic relationship with pistol shrimp. And this combo is incredible. The goby will watch out for the shrimp. The goby will get food for the shrimp. So basically, I think the pink spotted goby and the shrimp are in a relationship, which is pretty cool. Next up, we have convicts. Convicts are always in love. The convict cichlids are always breeding, they're always having sex, and they're always laying eggs and giving birth. So the convict is perfect for Valentine's Day because let's face it, everybody's having sex on Valentine's Day, and there's going to be plenty of babies to be born next year because of Valentine's sex this year. And last but not least, we've got live bearers. Things like guppies, mollies, swordtails, platies, lyre-tails, and guppies. Um, they're a fish that gives birth to live fish, and they're always in the love as well. So those are some fish that represent Valentine's Day. All right. So I've been having a lot of fun celebrating Valentine's Day with all of you guys. So I've got one more topic that I want to talk about. And because Valentine's Day is big on love, I would be nothing without my subscribers and my audience. So I'm going to talk about why I love you. Why I love you, those of you that are watching this video right now. I love you because you take the time to support me. You take the time to watch my videos, and you take the time to let me know that I mean something to you. And I greatly appreciate that. That means a lot to me. I enjoyed over the last 10 years doing podcasts, but you know what? I love even better is doing video podcasts and being a part of the YouTube community. You guys are wonderful. I love each and every one of you. Even though I've got 16 plus thousand subscribers, it's the loyal ones that I care about the most. It's the loyal ones that come back for all my uploads, whether it's a live stream or a regular upload. It's the ones that leave likes and leave comments and check up on me that I love the most. It's the ones where I may not be uploading videos for a while that'll reach out to me on Facebook and say, "Are you okay, Alex? Is everything okay?" And making sure that life is good for me, that I really appreciate. And there's quite a lot of you over the years. I've became friends with at least 20 of you. So that means a lot to me. A lot of you I consider to be friends, even though I may not ever meet you from an in person perspective. But the fact that you support what I'm doing and you watch all my content and you check for my safety and stuff, I really appreciate that. And one of the reasons I thrive to continue to push content is for all of you, because I want to make all of you as happy as you guys make me. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for supporting me from day one. And I'm going to continue to push out some amazing content for you guys. Like, for example, in just a couple of weeks, it's hard to think about, but on Sunday, March 6th, I'm going to be celebrating my 8-year anniversary, and that's going to be a really awesome video that I am going to be putting out for you. And Steve's Aquatic says, "Great job, Alex." And Steve is one of those loyal guys that I was talking about, just like Ricky and a couple of others. You guys are really important to me, and I am very, very grateful for all of you. So thank you so much for making me a part of your life. I really appreciate it. And I hope I can continue to entertain you and give you something to look forward to. All right, so I hope this was a fun show for you. I hope you guys have a fantastic Valentine's Day. I'm going to try to have a great Valentine's Day as well. So before I end today's video, I want to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day on Monday. Remember, I love you, whether you're male or female. If you support my YouTube channel and if you support me, I love you like a personal friend, because you guys mean a lot to me. So happy Valentine's Day, everybody. My next holiday bash next month is going to be St. Patrick's Day 2022. And that's going to be on Thursday, March 17th, 2022. And that's going to air live at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. I haven't figured out what topics there's going to be, but I'll be giving out a green velvet cake recipe. I'll talk about some fish species that represent St. Patrick's Day and a whole lot more. May the luck of the Irish be with us on Thursday, March 17th for my inaugural St. Patrick's Day bash. And then a month later, I'm going to have my Easter 2022 bash, and that's going to air a day before Easter on Saturday, April 16th, 2022 at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. So we're going to celebrate Easter on Saturday, April 16th. And I'll be hosting that show as Easter Bunny Alex Cardinale. Crazy, right? But that should be a fun video. All right, guys. Happy Valentine's Day. Enjoy Super Bowl 56 tomorrow. Don't miss the Super Bowl 56 pre-show, 3:30 p.m. Eastern, which I believe is 12:30 noon Pacific tomorrow afternoon. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale, and tune into my 8-year YouTube anniversary on Sunday, March 6th, and it'll be a great time. Happy Valentine's Day, and I will see you for my next holiday bash in March for St. Patrick's Day. Thank you guys for making the inaugural Valentine's Bash a fun success. Happy Valentine's, everybody, and I hope you'll love Valentine's Day this year. Hey everyone, it's me, legendary Alex Cardinale, inviting you to be a part of the biggest party of the year. Literally, this is the biggest party I will ever throw. It is the biggest celebration I will ever host. I am proud to announce on Sunday, March 6th, 2022, I will officially celebrate my 8th year as a YouTuber. In 2014, I started my YouTube channel as a platform to promote my fish keeping podcast. Fast forward 8 years later, over 16,000 subscribers. My YouTube channel is succeeding. Not only do I do fish keeping videos, but I also do cooking videos, crime videos, professional wrestling videos, and more. My YouTube channel is now my podcast channel. So, we are going to celebrate 8 years of hard work in style, and I cordially invite you to be a part of my 8 year YouTube anniversary, airing exclusively on YouTube Sunday, March 6th, 2022, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Pacific. Here is the lineup for the biggest party of the year. Two of my lucky subscribers will win a $80 Texas Roadhouse gift card. All you need to do is be an active subscriber. That means you watch my videos, you like my videos, and you comment on my videos. 8 of my active subscribers will be put in a drawing, and 2 of those 8 subscribers will be chosen live on the 8 year YouTube anniversary and will be announced as the winners of the 8 year YouTube anniversary giveaway, and they will win an $80 Texas Roadhouse gift card. And when I say legendary, I mean legendary. There are going to be some legendary special guests. The first legendary guest is the owner and founder of Aquatic Rarities, aka Malone's Monsters, Bob. Bob will be our first fish keeping guest on the 8 year YouTube anniversary. The interview will be filmed on location from his fish store in Boca Raton, Florida. The second guest is a longtime friend of mine, one of my very first fish keeping guys that I interviewed on my Aquatic Wetline podcast. My second guest is Blue View Aquatics owner Josh Rodriguez from Western Massachusetts. Josh is doing a great job promoting the aquarium hobby in New England, and I'm proud to have him on such a huge accomplishment of mine, considering that he was instrumental in making Aquatic Wetline a huge success a number of years ago. And now it is my honor to have him on my YouTube channel for the first time. My third guest is a legendary guest. He is the founder of the hit series Dinners, Drive-Ins, and Dives on Food Network. The third guest is Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives founder David Page. David will talk to us about American food, the creation of diners, drive-ins, and dives, and a whole lot more cooking and baking and food talk. My final guest will be a professional wrestling museum owner and WWE fan, Mike Parker. Mike will talk to us about what it's like to own a wrestling museum and how long he's been a professional wrestling fan for. Those are our legendary guests. But if I'm going to do a legendary celebration, there has to be a legend in the house, and there has to be a Hall of Famer in the house. I am really proud to announce the first time, not only in my YouTube career, but also in my podcasting career, that I'm going to have a celebrity on my video stream. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to announce there will be an appearance by the hardcore legend and WWE Hall of Famer, Mick Foley. Mick Foley will appear live on my 8-year YouTube anniversary. You can also expect appearances from Chef Alex Cardinale, Aqua Alex Cardinale, WWE fanboy Alex Cardinale, and Detective Alex Cardinale. Chef Alex will cook a prime rib and bake a delicious Twix cheesecake and a Reese's peanut butter cake. Aqua Alex will discuss all the tropical fish species he's kept over the last 8 years and more. WWE fanboy Alex Cardinale discusses his dream WrestleMania 38 card and some awesome surprises. What will Detective Alex Cardinale do on the 8-year YouTube anniversary? What surprises will there be on the biggest party of the year? Literally the biggest live stream of 2022. You got to tune in to find out. Sunday, March 6, 2022, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Pacific, exclusively only on YouTube. So tune in Sunday, March 6, 2022 at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Pacific, exclusively on YouTube. It will only air right here on YouTube. So subscribe to my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale, right now so you don't miss a minute of the action on the biggest party of the year, Sunday, March 6th.